The Windsor Faction by D. J. Taylor. Narrated by William Rycroft. The object of life, after all, is not to understand things, but to maintain one's defences and equilibrium and live as well as one can. It is not only maiden aunts who are placed like this. William Empson, 7 Types of Ambiguity. Always the following wind of history, of others' wisdom, makes a buoyant air, till we come suddenly on pockets where is nothing loud but us. W. H. Auden, paid on both sides. Prologue. December 1936. There was supposed to be a troop of Marines attending, in full regimental dress, but with the coming of the rain they had all drifted away. Instead, the gravel path to the church was guarded by a couple of police constables. They were big men, made bigger by the triangular oilskin capes they wore against the drizzle, and 1 or 2 of the more nervous mourners had settled for an alternative route that ran across the field and the stile gate at its corner. The policemen stood together, heads bowed as if conferring, but said nothing. Sometimes they walked a little way down the drive, and then, reluctantly, as if thinking better of this thinking better, toiled back again. Beyond the church, squat, Romanesque and unwelcoming, the land rose dramatically to a landscape of low hills and arsenical-looking grass. Despite the rain, it was unusually hot for the time of year, and there was mist stealing up from the fields, which made them seem ominous and subtropical. An explorer in khaki shorts and a pith helmet appearing suddenly from the back of the thorn hedge would not have seemed out of place. One of the fields had been set aside for use as a car park, and the slamming of the car doors was keeping the flock of rooks that lurked there on their mettle. The members of the press corps were gathered by a low wall on the church's nearer side. The policeman had not spoken to them, but indicated by gestures that they could come no closer. They were about a dozen strong, and included a handful of photographers, although nobody worth photographing had yet arrived. "Why are you wearing a black armband? Nobody said anything about black armbands." "My editor said it was de rigueur. He said it was the sort of occasion where a man would be judged by his turnout." "I see." The volume of traffic was beginning to increase. Rolls-Royces, Daimlers, an antique shooting brake that almost went over into the ditch. The chauffeurs hung about in groups and smoked cigarettes. It was nothing to do with them. Sometimes, when a particularly auspicious-looking vehicle hove into view...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?